What's up, guys? One of us tells only the truth, and one of us tells only lies. I'm Annie.
Oh, it's that riddle, right?
Yeah.
With the two brothers and you're trying to get to Truthful Town?
Here's the jacked up thing. I've listened to that riddle a bunch of times, and I still don't get the answer.
Yeah, I forget too. And I'm Minty.
And this is Fun Untitled, where we serve every podcast with an FU.
Happy Black Friday!
And to celebrate the season of buying or shopping, we decided to tell lies. Because that's what corporate America do. They lie to you to make you think you need stuff, but you don't need anything.
Well, our original concept was that it's Thanksgiving, so like happy times, but we all know Thanksgiving's got that dark history to it. So we're gonna play a small game of two truths and a lie.
Oh yeah, because of the colonizers.
Because of the colonizers.
Oh.
But basically how it's gonna work is that me and Annie have 3 themes each. We're gonna tell 2 truths and a lie. And not necessarily that the lie doesn't belong in that category, but maybe it's not necessarily the best of the 3.
Basically, let's just say, for example, the category is 3 main characters, and I say Naruto, Ichigo, and Asta from Black Clover, and it's Minty's job to guess which of those characters I don't like.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's Asta from Black Clover.
So, maybe 2 truths and a lie was not a very accurate title, but that's the one we're sticking with.
I think it's like 2 truths and 1 lie because it's our personal truth. It's our Nindo way. Okay, so should we do verbal rock, paper, scissors, spark to see who goes first?
No, I want you to go first, because like I said, I think mine's go a little off the wall.
Okay. I don't know any of Minty's categories, but Minty knows some of my categories because I'm a dumb bitch who can't keep secrets.
No patience with that one.
Nope. But the first topic is best anime duels. So these are who I think are the best duels in animes, obviously. So choice number 1, Asta and Yuno from Black Clover.
Ooh.
Option number 2, Ichigo and Rukia from Bleach. Option number 3, Naruto and Sasuke from Naruto.
This was your first category?
Yes.
Isn't it pretty clearly Asta and Yuno's the lie?
Final answer?
Yes.
Wrong.
Why?
Okay, so how I consider a duel is that they have to be equals. Like, I see those two and I think of them equally, like they're on the same ground, they respect each other, yada yada. Rukia gets so much disrespect in Bleach. Okay? You look at Naruto and Sasuke, like people are actually fighting who's actually the main character, Naruto or Sasuke. You look at Ichigo and Rukia is just an accessory to Ichigo.
I guess so. That's not what I would have expected. Because, I mean, if you think about it, Yuno and Asta, yes, they are kind of the same dynamic as Naruto and Sasuke. But Yuno's like Golden Dawn, the best brigade of his country. Asta's Black Bull, which is literally the worst. Actually, I think as the series goes on, it gets second worst, but still.
Who becomes first worst?
I think it's the deer one. Oh god,
no. The little leader with his little paintbrush can't take it. The Arctic deers, I think?
It's a color and an animal.
Oh.
Arctic's not a color.
It could be. But yeah, so I just don't think Ichigo and Rukia is on the same level. Like, Astra... How about another thing? There's an iconic moment of Asta and Yuno where they're doing the whole fist bump that's in every single opening. They will not let you forget that. There's the whole Naruto-Sasuke dynamic. We all know how beautiful that is. Ichigo and Rukia, there is no, great friendship moment between the two.
I don't know.
It's my opinion.
Alright, fair enough.
Alright, what's your shitty opinion if you hate mine so much?
You mean my category?
Yeah.
Okay, so I chose... My first one is inventor or scientist, because I just like it.
Okay.
Okay, so Dr. Hiroshi Agasa from Case Closed, Senku Ishigami from Dr. Stone, or Kisuke Urahara from Bleach.
This is hard, and I'm going to say my think process for this. I will be very upset if you pick Senku from Dr. Stone, so I'm going to put him to the side for a bit. I know how much you love Bleach, so I'm not going to say it's not Urahara. Now, do I want to do my man, Dr. Agasa, dirty like that?
How do you become your man?
I mean, he becomes my boy if he's useful in the plot.
Okay.
And he made a lot of things for Conan.
Right.
But, I'm gonna go another thinking, now that I was saying this. You value people on usefulness.
Right.
So Senku is hella useful.
Sure.
And Dr. Agasa, he has done everything for Conan. Conan would be nothing. Sleeping Moi would be nothing. The plot would be nothing without Conan. I mean, Dr. Agasa.
Right.
But Kisuke, can we even consider him a scientist when he dropped out of scientist school?
He didn't drop out of school.
I'm gonna say final answer, Kisuke Uehara.
No.
No!
Okay, so the reason why I chose Senku Ishigami
I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna jump off this goddamn bridge.
I chose him because he actually doesn't really invent anything.
He invented this, I mean, from scratch, I guess?
Yeah, because everything, it's taught from someone else.
If you was pissed at my answer, I am pissed at your answer.
Because Dr. Gasa created his things. Uehara created the Hyogoku orb. The one that was in Rukia, and then it breaks the barrier between Shinigamis and Soul Reapers, and then eventually becomes this thing that grants you every wish. But I think Senku doesn't actually... He's a scientist, for sure, but he's not the actual, original inventor of anything.
He made the revival fluid from scratch.
That's true. And I guess you could also argue Dr. Gasa's nothing he's made was super original, and it's kind of like a concept already in life. Or maybe it's not a concept in the case closed world.
My boy Senku created the goddamn fidget spinner and turned it into a goddamn plane.
He wasn't the one who made a plane. He ain't the Wright brothers.
Dr. Gasa didn't make the skateboard.
A hoverboard, powered by the sun.
He didn't make that suspenders.
The one that was only used once?
Let's be real. Only 2 inventions Dr. Gasa used are still used to this day. And then the man never invented anything else other than filler. Like that machine he made that detects the hot springs water.
No. Okay, the voice changing bow tie.
Which is a thing. I had a megaphone that changed my voice.
Fair enough. The sleeping dart watch.
Which is a tranquilizer gun that you'd use on animals.
The Detective League badge with a tracking device.
A walkie-talkie.
Not in a badge form, though.
I guess a shoe that lets you kick hard because it's electric shock your feet. But he hasn't done that for a while.
Which is weird.
Well, what we read in the official translation.
Hey, you go in your second category if you don't like mine.
Screw you. This is how bridges get burned.
Oh, also want to mention that Bulma is probably the best inventor because of the whole capsule corpse.
Didn't her dad make that?
It counts.
Just saying, it should be her, Dr. Trunks. My second category is best anime openings. So, a little peek behind the curtain, I did make Minty watch them all because I knew Minty would not remember any opening. Because Minty believes in skipping openings and no anime should have openings.
Okay, if you're watching 50 episodes and each opening is a minute, that's a whole episode.
Bite me. Okay, opening number 1, Fake Town Baby, which is the Blood Blockade, Battlefront, or Kekai Sensen, opening 2.
It has a Japanese name?
Oh yeah.
Never seen it.
It sounds much better Kekai Sensen because repetition of syllables.
You could also just call it Triple B. That's what I like to call it.
Yeah.
Or the Trigun spinoff.
Oh yeah, the creator of Kekai Sensen was the creator of Trigun, which we should watch that one day.
I've always tried to. It's very hard to watch. It's an old anime, so it's very slow.
I like the guy with the cross gun.
Who comes halfway in the series, I think.
I think he dies at the end.
Yeah.
I don't remember much about it. I just remember a lot of people mourned over his ass.
Alright, we'll watch it.
Okay, opening number 2, Kuso Misorogi, the Future Diaries opening 1, or only opening.
Oh, okay.
And then option number 3, Fighting Gold, the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Golden Wind opening 1. This should be obvious if you listen to me, but we all know you don't.
Yeah, I don't care for the Triple B one. I like the Future Diary one because it has a lot of references to the characters without being spoilers. And, what's the JoJo one called?
Golden Wind.
Okay,
No, wait, I'm sorry, it's Fighting Gold.
Fighting Gold is same thing as Mirai Nikki or Future Diary. A lot of references to things, even though without any spoilers. So, I'm just gonna assume that your opinion matches mine, and that's Fake Town for the Triple B. Final answer.
You're wrong. That's one of my favorite openings of all time.
Really?
Yeah, I love everything from the Triple B anime regarding songs. I just think the OST is one of the best animes out there.
I don't remember.
Yeah, so I love, the bitter song, Bitter Step. Sweet song, Bitter Step. I love Hello World. I love, Fake Town Babies. Music to my ears, baby. And then I love the Future Diaries because it's just such a unique song and the pictures are really cool. Future Diaries was cool in concept. It just failed in execution. Kind of like how executed everyone.
I just didn't like the ending.
Yeah, the ending kind of sucked. But I just don't like Fighting Gold from JoJo Part 5.
Really?
It's just, I think because Part 4 had such great openings in my opinion. And I get everyone's like, oh, but Part 5, the opening one has all the metaphors because everyone's changed by fate. And, oh my god, everyone that dies in Part 5, they like, their eyes get hidden for a little bit because, they dead. And I don't care, it's a boring opening. Like, it's a great opening one, I guess, but...
Great animations.
Great animation, yeah. And I love that, like, the transitioning from one scene to another, flawlessly. Kind of like how... That's why I love the Durarara opening. But
yeah.
Fighting Gold isn't bad, I just don't like it. Like, it's not an iconic opening. I don't like listening to it. I don't like watching it. You watch it one and done.
Oh, sad.
Yeah. I hope I didn't pick, like, just controversial takes for all three of mine.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Okay, so my second category is these series take place in modern times, so I would love to see the creator create a fantasy series. And it could be based on what the modern world is, or like an alternative timeline where they create the same series, but it's like fantasy.
Oh, interesting. So Haikyuu's on it.
I took out Haikyuu because I talked too much about Haikyuu with you, but that would be the best example.
Okay.
So, here are the three. Going back to Case Closed, Gekkan Shoujo no Zaki-kun, and Golden Kamui.
Just, say it again, but give us one sentence summary to each anime.
You want me to explain the animes?
Yeah.
Case Closed is a mystery anime where basically a teenage boy turns into a little boy and has to solve mysteries. Gekkan Shoujo no Zaki-kun is a rom-com of high schoolers when there's 3 basic pairs. 4, some people count. And Golden Kamui is about Japan right after the Russo-Japan War, so I don't exactly know what time period that is, but it's pretty behind, not super modern times. And it's basically grown-ass men looking for the golds of the Ainu people who are the indigenous people of Japan.
Yeah, I made you just say that's by time. Now, do you want to say your last comments before I blow your mind with my reasoning?
No, not really. I don't want to give you any hints of what the answer is.
The answer is Gekkan Shoujo, because Case Closed and Golden Kamui is well researched, so if they made a fantasy world, they would probably do like great world building and, start from scratch. Meanwhile, Gekkan Shoujo, it would probably be all the same jokes and gags, but in a different setting.
That's a fair enough answer. It wasn't my answer.
You're a little bitch.
My answer was Golden Kamui.
Bullshit.
Because Golden Kamui is stranger than any fantasy you could ever read.
Oh, okay.
It is the embodiment of truth is stranger than fiction.
That's true.
I always like Case Closed because I think they do action scenes very well. And because they can do a lot of mystery, it could go great.
Yeah.
There's no fantasy mystery. That'd be a great genre to have. But I think it's hard because when you can have magic as your answer for everything,
yeah,
it's like, whatever. And I just thought Gekkan Shoujo would be a good idea because there's a lot of series that's about romance and fantasy creatures, like Rosario and Vampire. I always kind of feel like it was more fantasy. It'd be more like D&D-ish.
Yeah.
It was like different species, different like traits that you'd have to really think about. Not just like a humanoid girl with like snake legs. It would actually like mean something than just being a monster girl or something. You know what I mean?
2 things. 1, we should read Dungeon Meshi.
What's that?
It's a manga that basically has a lot of D&D elements.
Oh.
And a lot of people say it's really good.
Okay, I don't mind.
Yeah, we should read that. And then, I don't know if it's going to be on the Shonen Jump app, though.
That's fine.
Don't know what comes. Yeah, you're reading Dorohei Doro now.
We don't support scanlations.
Well, I didn't say it online. You could be reading it in real life.
Can we?
I don't know.
Let's just say allow us to speculations.
And it's kind of like in Game Grumps when Aaron says, I'm totally playing this game online, Dan. Like on the system.
We all have a GameCube with HD definition images.
I do say it is okay to pirate games if you already have the game.
I guess so.
And also, Rosario Vampire. I know it's supposed to be a great series, but I read Grim Reaper Girl, aka the series afterwards, and it sucks.
Yeah, the second series is not always as good as the first.
Unless you're the creator of Hunter x Hunter.
Or, Inuyasha.
I want to change the world.
Contact ID.
Okay, if we're gonna get content ID, I better go through my third one first. Alright, this category is best characters whose death was more impactful than their screen time.
I was gonna do a death-related one. I was gonna do, which character's death makes it worth having somebody name their children after? I can only think of one person, really.
Jiraiya?
No, I thought of Trish Elric from Fullmetal Alchemist. That would be a super cute idea. And I think Mace Hughes is a pretty obvious one. But I couldn't do ones like Jiraiya because Naruto already had kids.
Yeah.
And he didn't name them. And I didn't want to do one like Ace because I thought Luffy would be too stupid to do that.
Yeah.
So.
Alright, fair enough.
I'm sorry. Say your category again. It's kind of long.
Best characters who death was more impactful than the screen time.
Okay.
Option number 1. Kite from Hunter x Hunter. Oh my goodness, we should have said spoilers.
If it wasn't obvious at this point.
Spoilers for KNY and Case Closed.
Ooh, Case Closed.
Kite from Hunter x Hunter. You reference a lot of Case Closed. I was surprised.
I love it.
Second one is Rengoku from Demon Slayers.
Oh.
And third one is, I'm gonna say a name, you're not gonna know it at first, but as soon as I say what her title is, you will. Masami Hirota, that's Anita's sister, that was in volume 2, who was part of the bank heist.
Yes.
From Case Closed.
Okay.
Now, I'm gonna say this now, okay? Obviously, she was a nothing, whatever. But I really do like the scene where Anita is, crying to Conan. If you're so smart, why couldn't you save my sister?
The over-explanation makes it kind of obvious.
I had to explain it, right? I didn't want you to think, oh, it's obviously her because she's the least important.
No, I don't think it's her because you're saying one of these characters' death isn't as important as their lives, right?
And take it for interpretation.
Because you said the character's death has more impact than their screen time.
Yeah.
So it would have to be a character whose screen time was not very important.
Yeah.
Or the lie would be that the character's screen time is very important. So because she didn't have enough screen time, it can't be her.
Okay.
Rengoku's death is extremely impactful for Tanjiro. Spoiler for the movie. Okay, sorry. But the Mugen Train arc, it's not the best arc. I personally like the Red District arc, which comes after, so I'm just really waiting for season 2. So my answer is Kite, because I think Kite does way more alive for Gon than he does during the death scene. Because I know his death causes Gon to go all crazy, but I think Kite kind of taught him some things before he died, or at least the fact that he at least tried to save Gon and Killua is important.
Final answer?
Kite.
Ding ding ding, correct.
Finally.
But not for the reason you said, even though it was very spot on. The reason I picked Kite is because I did not give a shit about his death to the very end.
Oh, damn.
Like, I love Kite because he's a cool rockin' twink with a scythe.
And with long white hair.
Yeah, sign me up. But I honestly did not give a flying shit when he died.
Huh.
Like when, what's the cat's name?
Is that the Neferrato?
No, that's a butterfly.
Is the one the size of the pea? I forget.
Whatever. We don't remember the fan favorite cat boy. But when he's had the Kite's head in their lap, I did not give a shit. Did not give a shit when Gon grieved over his Kite. I just was very indifferent. Meanwhile, I loved... In Case Closed, the only volume we had for a super long time was volume 2. Because back then, we didn't really buy the volumes. And that's when we would just take our cousin... We would read the book, and then we would give it to our cousin.
Which was dumb on our part. I think it's because she started the collection. So it's almost like, oh, we're doing this to help you. And then we took it off from her.
But yeah, so the only ones we had to keep for ourselves at home was duplicates. So we only had FMA Volume 4 and Case Closed Volume 2. So I remember that case like back and forth of Anita's sister. She's dressed up as the daughter and like, I'm looking for my dad. But then like she gives herself away because they call her suddenly and she's dressed like a really older woman, but she's like still trying to keep the daughter persona.
One of the first times you see Rachel do her karate moves.
Oh yeah. And then, like I said, when Anita grieved over her, that was super sad.
Very.
And there's not enough time in the world how sad I am every time I think about when Goku's dead. And I told you just today, it makes me so sad whenever when Goku's little brother tells the dad when Goku's last words were.
Gosh, she won't shut up about it.
I will not. But yeah, that's why Kite is on the bottom.
Oh, I like Kite.
No, he's a good character. I just didn't think he was great enough to get attached to.
Sad.
Okay, what's your last category?
So my last category is crossovers I would like to see.
You have like the weirdest ass categories. I wish we told each other our categories.
I did feel bad because I knew mine was going to be off the wall while yours was going to be more milquetoast, but I didn't want to spoil what mine was.
What's milquetoast?
Like basic bitch.
Ah, milk and toast. I get it now.
I think that's what it is. Anyways.
Oh, Millhouse.
I guess like Millhouse, yeah.
Okay, y'all. I'm gonna be real with you. There's gonna be some chicken noises now. If we can edit it out, then Minty will take this part out. If we can't, then you're just gonna keep having to hear chicken noises. Would be great ASMR for those on the farm.
Yeah, we're recording this like at midnight and we're having chicken noises. Chickens have no care for what we're trying to do.
If you're wondering, where do they live with us chickens?
I think I already said. But anyways.
Can I say the thing that, would that get us in trouble? Why I think there's so many chickens in our neighborhood?
Why?
I think our neighbors does cockfights.
Moving on.
I'm just saying. I seen them throw chickens at each other.
Okay, so the first one is between Naruto and Black Clover. They already have a lot of similarities, especially in terms of the main protagonist.
Naruto when he's 12 or 15?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's more about concepts, I think, than it is about plot or anything else. It could be about plot. They already have their separate lands.
Yeah.
They each have elemental magic. And so basically, it could either be more Naruto-based, and then the magic would be more elemental and be cooler looking. Because I think Black Clover does the magic better. Or it could be more Black Clover based and just have better character development and plot from Naruto.
Hey, do me a favor. Tell the audience why you picked up Black Clover in the first place.
Okay, so when Naruto ended, it was a very big void in my life. And so, you go to Barnes & Noble, you just kind of look at stuff, you kind of look at what's new, and so, at that time, Black Clover Volume 1 was a new volume. And so I read the first volume, or really the first chapter, really, and I was like, this is a lot of Naruto vibe. I'm gonna buy the volume and see how it goes. It's an okay series. 50% of me loves it, 50% of me hates it.
Hey y'all, little tip about Black Clover, tit for tat. If you want female characters, that's not where you go.
Unless you want to see Melaleuona.
That's true. Minty, for the last time, Melaleuona cannot be the only thing that saves Black Clover with women representation.
For every 10 crappy female characters it has, and it doesn't have many, Melaleuona saves the female cast. It's like trading in 10 $1 bills for one $100 bill. It'd be worth it.
Here's the thing, but if Melaleuona, whatever I pronounce her name, can redeem 10 crappy women, there's still 20 more crappier women.
It's not the point.
Okay, Naruto and Black Clover, option 1.
Option 2 is One Piece and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I think it would help in terms of, because One Piece, pretty much everyone has fruit powers except Zolo and Sanji, and maybe his grandpa.
And Nami and Usopp.
No, okay, they're weaker though.
Oh.
So I feel like if they had something like stands, it would at least make sense their powers.
Fair enough.
Also, I think it's cool if they did more poses. Could you imagine them just doing poses at random times? Because they don't really do poses during for a joke, or if that's like their character.
You can say Frankie.
I was thinking more Bon Clay.
Oh, gotcha.
But Frankie's a good option too, actually.
Super!
More Frankies in the world is what we're trying to say here.
We need more Frankie. Oh, you know how cool it would be if Frankie just had a giant robot as his stand?
That would be cool. And then they do kind of have that whole every arc is its own story in a sense, but with I guess a overarching plot.
Oh, it'd be cool if Sanji's stand was what's her name? Ivanka? Ivanka.
Why?
Because you just see Ivanka's giant head in the background all the time.
No, what would be cool if Sanji had one, goes to Karma Island, and then comes back and his stand's all dragged.
Oh my god.
It'd be amazing. Last one is Bleach and Demon Slayers.
Fair enough.
I just want Demon Slayers to have that whole setup the Soul Society. And maybe and yes, Shinobu has her butterfly mansion. But what if she had a whole troop and everyone that is under her is people who have sword styles that came from the insect style. Or I guess more the flower, because insect came from flower. And so then you can see this huge skill tree of how it can progress. Because skill trees are cool.
That'd be a little bit hard because love came from flame, snake came from water.
This is my fantasy.
Okay.
Make whatever. I think also Bleach kind of had a better villain. I thought Aizen was just a little smarter, and I liked the progression in a sense. But they're both very evil and smart, I guess.
What Demon Slayer has against Bleach is that even though Aizen's better than Muzan, all the lackeys are better than Demon Slayers.
That's true. I didn't care for Espada's too much. Although everyone likes Ukiora and Grimmjow.
Yeah.
And technically Nell. She was a good guy though. Also, they both have sword techniques. Bleach only gets flashy when it's Bankai, which is very sad because you really only see people do their Bankais like once. And if you see it more than once, then it starts to become redundant. But I feel like Demon Slayer stays flashy and it's just always cool to see. It never really gets redundant. So I think it would be a good merge.
I think, this is my reasoning, Naruto and Black Clover, considering your past of how Black Clover just has Naruto vibes, that'd be a good crossover for you. And you explained that really well.
Thank you.
Bleach and Demon Slayers. In Bleach, you complain that Ichigo doesn't really, like, his training montage doesn't really excite you or jazz you. And this happens, like, a lot off screen.
He has one training montage. The rest is just him getting a random power up. And it's bull.
And Demon Slayers has a lot of great training moments and, like, progression.
Oh, that's true.
And in One Piece and JoJo was your weakest because in all the other ones you said how the two franchises could benefit each other, but in the One Piece JoJo, only JoJo benefited One Piece. I mean, One Piece benefited from Sans. You didn't talk about how JoJo could be better with devil fruits.
Oh, I mean, if JoJo had devil fruits, it'd make things a lot more sense. Especially in JoJo Leon. Oh my god! JoJo Leon! The rock fruit! Change that to devil and ding! We're done.
It would make more sense of what's happening in JoJo Leon than now. Oh my god. JoJo Leon, why did you get so goddamn confusing?
You're right though, it is One Piece and JoJo. For a very simple reason, to be honest.
Oh.
One Piece can't be better. And it definitely can't be better by just merging it with JoJo. Because the whole point of crossovers would be to see an interesting idea, at the very least.
Yeah.
There's nothing One Piece could do more to be more interesting than what it is now.
Yeah.
Maybe combine a Golden Kamuy, but I think they're two opposites. Never mind. I retract that.
See, also another thing, if you combine One Piece and JoJo, the disrespect to women would be off the charts.
That's true.
But then, that Okama Island, what do you call it again?
Karma Island? I don't remember, to be honest.
Whatever that island is, would have a lot better drag characters. Because a lot of them are just transphobic depiction of men dressed as women.
Yeah, that's true.
And JoJo knows how to rock a man in a skirt.
I did have other crossover ideas.
Like what?
Food Wars and Toriko. I just want to see kids hunt monsters and then eat them.
Fair enough. Remember that one time in Blue Exorcist where they did a food reference and then we was like, can't be, are they referencing Toriko? Oh my goodness. And because we didn't even know Food Wars existed.
Yeah. Jellyfish Princess and Sailor Moon, because I just like magical girls and nautical themes.
Okay. Sailor Mercury, your girl.
Kind of. More about sea creatures than just water.
This is Tokyo Mew Mew. You're looking for Tokyo Mew Mew.
No, Tokyo Mew Mew, the animals were arbitrary. If Tokyo Mew Mew did more animal things, that would be more my cup of tea. And then the last one was Haikyuu and Kuroko no Basketball. Now, Haikyuu is pretty much amazing, immaculate, as it is what it is now. But I think it could have done maybe a little more, I guess, specialization and really focus on each one. Like, they already do, but Kuroko no Basketball takes it... Now, don't go as far as them. They go into, like, god-level crap that makes no sense. But they could have gone a little bit more to make each setter different from each other, each ace different from each other. I don't know how.
Give Bokuto a gun. Give Kenma a actual knife.
Oh, God. You only know one thing about Kenma. Anyways, guys, I hope you like that. I hope you agree with us. I hope you could figure out the lie.
I'm still gonna jump off this bridge about Senku.
It makes sense.
So, again, if you had a chicken, sorry about that. I'm gonna go actually fight that chicken.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Bye.